Back now with a fatal police shooting of an unarmed black man in Texas. The moments leading up to it caught on video.
To me, this is something that has to change.
A former police officer in the U.S. state of Georgia has been charged with the murder of an unarmed black man. Rayshard Brooks was shot twice in the back as he fled from two white officers in a car park in Atlanta.
There's a lot of things that need to change. One specifically is police brutality.
Tonight, a family says they were told that their loved one, Ronald Green, died after crashing into a tree. And now shocking new body camera video shows he was tased, kicked, and dragged face down by troopers in Louisiana.
There's people being murdered unjustly and not being held accountable.
Protesters took to the streets in Madison, Wisconsin today after police shot and killed an unarmed black teenager.
Cops are getting paid leave for killing people. That's not right.
Tatiana Jefferson was playing video games at the time with her 8-year-old nephew. When Officer Dean entered her yard through an open gate, approached the window of her home, and without identifying himself as a police officer, shouted, "Put your hands up, show me your hands," before then firing a single shot. Less than 2 seconds later, that shot killed Tatiana Jefferson right in front of her 8-year-old nephew.
Colin Kaepernick has done so much for so many in bringing the issues of police brutality and systemic racism to the forefront. A full-on display of how attempts to stay quote-unquote race neutral like these boneheads wish, amongst many others, is a stance that does not demand a crowd of Americans.
My problem with Kaepernick is when I started watching him and listening, he's stupid.
And even the likes of fellow IU alumnus Dan Dockich, who used an old trope that we have unfortunately seen time and time again with what appears to be no end in sight or even a slight learning curve. In 2021, there were only 15 days in the calendar year that police did not shoot and kill someone in the United States. The Washington Post reports black Americans are killed at a much higher rate than white Americans as it pertains to police brutality. Per PBS, a private autopsy by an outside expert can cost between $3,000 and $5,000. In some cases, there may be an additional charge for the transportation of the body to and from the autopsy facility. They add, autopsies are not covered under Medicare, Medicaid, or most insurance plans, though some hospitals, teaching hospitals in particular, do not charge for autopsies of individuals who passed away in the facility.
To me, this is something that has to change.
So this guy stepped up to the plate. Through CAP's Know Your Rights camp, the goal is to provide a second autopsy free of charge for victims' families who have lost their loved ones due to a police-related death. The services offered through the initiative include the completion of a second autopsy, disclosure of preliminary findings, and issuance of the final autopsy report. They wrote, "Our initiative includes a team of board-certified pathologists. Our board-certified pathologists will work objectively, efficiently, and diligently while relying on established forensic principles when conducting the second autopsy. Our pathologists will actively seek the truth to provide the victims' families with the most medically sound cause of death. A police-related death occurs when an individual is harmed by police officers while using deadly force, which results in the individual's death. A police-related death includes in-custody deaths. In-custody deaths include deaths that arise during contact with law enforcement officers during arrests, pursuit, booking, transport, or incarceration. Therefore, pre-custody deaths are included within in-custody deaths. The definition of police-related deaths also includes a wide range of law enforcement officers, including police officers, sheriffs, correctional officers, state troopers, and highway patrol officers, as well as immigration and customs enforcement and border patrol agents, among others, wrote Newsweek. In a statement, CAP said, "We know that the prison industrial complex, which includes police and policing, strives to protect and serve its interest at all costs. The autopsy initiative is one important step toward ensuring that family members have access to accurate and forensically verifiable information about the cause of death of their loved one in their time of need." Nicole Martin, program manager for the autopsy initiative, told the AP, "I am passionate about the initiative's impact and look forward to being a resource to victims' family members who have lost their loved ones due to a police-related death." So just ask yourself, as conservatives ruthlessly and viciously attack this man, is this something worth fighting against? Or do they just despise giving back to the people who have been wronged by the police state in America?